afternoon. Thank you for watching Channel 44. I am Mercy Gashegu Sembatia to bring you this hour's business news segment together with Livingstone Kawesi for sign language interpretation and translation. Well, we'll start with what's happening around us. Pastor Robert Kayanja of the Miracle Center Cathedral has come out and cleared the air concerning accusations by the National Drug Authority that he was selling drugs to people at the Miracle Center Cathedral that contained chemicals and were harmful to animals. In his speech, Pastor Kayanja refuted the allegations and said him, as a man of God and a fellow farmer, cannot do something that will harm the nation. Pastor Robert Kayanja of the Miracle Center Cathedral has encouraged Ugandans countrywide to continue being innovative because Uganda needs organic solutions to issues in all spheres, especially agriculture and farming, despite alignment and suppression from different sectors.
To encourage every innovator in this country. Drugs, TVs, radios, everything we use today, someone had to really go at work and develop something. I cannot guarantee that you will not be smeared, attacked, abused, called on everything. But if you give up, where will we be? I believe the problems of Africa are going to be solved by some Africans. And we need serious people to really do so.
This follows a press release that was released in the media yesterday by the National Drug Authority accusing Pastor Robert Kayanja, who is also a farmer, for selling a contaminated drug to farmers in different parts of the country. Pastor Kayanja, who is also a renowned farmer, refuted the allegations, saying he did not sell any drug, and tasked the National Drug Authority to release the analytical laboratory report to the public through all media houses, proving that the take-off drug is toxic and harmful to animals.
31st, people ask, we prayed for COVID, it went. We prayed for this. This year, pray for ticks, because these ticks are like demons, they don't go. We've tried everything. It does not go, and this is what is happening in the country. So I say, why should I pray on something that I have something in my house that is working, seemingly to be working? Why don't I share it with my neighbor for free? So I ask the people, whoever wants can come and pick up a sample, go use it, and give us the data, whether it's working or not. The result was amazing. People were coming.
Pastor Robert Kayanja, together with a team of partners, invented the tick-off drug that was aimed at fighting ticks that are claiming 30% of animals every day in Uganda and has become a nightmare to most Ugandan farmers.
We all know the problem of ticks in Uganda, and I've been a farmer for now several years, and we've lost a lot of animals to ticks. According to the National Drug Authority officials, Dr. Jane told me that Uganda loses 30% of our calves to tick-borne diseases. That is alarming. In the next 10 years, if we go on this trend, we'll have no cows. The problem of ticks is not a one person's problem to solve. It is a national and now a regional problem.
On the 31st of December 2022, after many believers submitted prayer requests to kick ticks out of their farms, Pastor Robert Kayanja called on farmers to pass by the church reception, pick the tick-off drug for free, test it on their animals, and present results. After he had tried it on his own animals, and the results were positive, as most farmers were asking for more drugs.
Free. We are on record. I said, we have something organic. It is for free. Come pick a sample, use it, but bring us the data so that we can see what's happening. Because ticks are different. There are dog ticks, these are mbarabara, ticks are different. So it may work on one and then another one. So, and the people begin to bring great reports. And I think even National Drug Authority was told about it.
He assured Ugandans that as a pastor and farmer, he cannot permit something harmful to take effect in the nation like he has been accused by the National Drug Authority.
But today I wanted to assure Ugandans, number one, we are not criminals. We have never done anything or given anything to kill people. Number three, we have a track record on many things we've done in this country. Number three, take off. We've never sold it to anyone. It wasn't to fleece Ugandans or even take money from poor farmers. So that's why our lawyers have looked at some things which are criminal, some things that are legal, and
well, in our local news bulletin at 5:30 p.m. today, we'll be bringing you details of that story in different angles and see for yourself what has been happening at the National Drug Authority and in regard to accusations on Pastor Robert Kayanja. Moving on in our news today, the Vice President of Uganda, Major General Jessica Alupo, has been announced as the new Chancellor of St. Lawrence University, taking over from Edward Kiwanuka Sekandi, who is the former Vice President of Uganda. Sekandi has been the Chancellor of this university for 10 years and he will serve as a board member. In his speech at the inauguration of the new board, Sekandi tasked the management of the university to work tirelessly and ensure they secure the status of the charter, and in the same way applauded the university for appointing his successor as a Chancellor of the university, where he believed a lot has been achieved during his time in office. Meanwhile, Honorable Mike Sebalu, the chairperson of the St. Lawrence University Board, has confirmed the adjustments at the university and revealed the 23rd of February 2023 as the date for the official unveiling of Jessica Alupo as the new Vice Chancellor of the university. The new Chancellor of the university. In a related development, the university will soon conduct a memorial lecture in remembrance of the late Professor Lawrence Muchibi, the founding member of St. Lawrence University and Schools, who passed away 3 years ago.
I would like to thank the Board of Directors of St. Lawrence University for entrusting in me the duty of giving my humble service to the institution. I would like to submit to you my achievement for the last 10 years that I have led the institution as the second Chancellor 2013 to 2022. I have successfully presided and conferred degrees and diplomas over 10,000 students during my leadership. I've linked and connected St. Lawrence University in one of the big universities in China called Wuhan University. I would like to affirm the new leadership of St. Lawrence University that St. Lawrence University is my home and I'm available for any assistance that you may need from me.
Where we've officially thanked the outgoing Chancellor of this university, who concluded his tour of duty as Chancellor, and he has been promoted to the Board of Trustees, where he's going to serve and give strategic direction and impetus to the university. We have also inaugurated the new board after the old board's tour of duty was concluded. And we are also preparing the Lawrence Muchibi Memorial Lecture paying homage and tribute to the founder of the university. That is going to be characterized by week-long activities that will have games, that will have debates, but that will be climaxed with a memorial lecture to be presided over by Professor Augustus Nwagaba, who will be who will give the keynote address at that memorial lecture. And on the 23rd, we are going to have the graduation ceremony, where we shall have the new Chancellor of the university installed, and the new Chancellor is Her Excellency Arupo.
Well, we'll now take a break, look at today's fuel prices at different fuel pumps. We'll return with our international news business. Stay with us. Thank you for watching Channel 44. In our international business news, the United States and China trade between the two countries has hit a record high last year, even as their diplomatic relations deteriorated. Imports and exports between the two countries totaled $690.6 billion in 2022, according to official figures. Relations between the countries have hit new lows in recent days after a Chinese balloon traveled across the U.S. Beijing denies U.S. claims it was used for spying. The world's two biggest economies have also been in a trade war since 2018. The new figures show that U.S. imports from China increased to $536.8 billion last year, as American shoppers spent more on Chinese-made goods, including toys and mobile phones. In the same period, U.S. exports to China increased to $153.8 billion. While some of the increase in trade between the two countries is as a result of the rising cost of living, the figures also point to how reliant the United States and China still are on each other, even after years of trade conflict between them. For the first time in history, Australia has blocked the creation of a coal mine under environmental laws. The government yesterday rejected a proposal for a new mine about 10 kilometers from the Great Barrier Reef. Environment Minister Tanya said the project posed an unacceptable risk to the World Heritage Area, which is already highly vulnerable. The mine's owner, the controversial Australian billionaire Clive Palmer, has not yet responded to the rejection. His firm, Central Queensland Coal, had proposed to build an open-cut mine about 700 kilometers northwest of Brisbane that would produce both thermal and cooking coal and operate for about 20 years. Ms. Panya had last year flagged the federal government and said it might block the mine. After opening it to the public, her department received more than 9,000 submissions in 10 days, the majority for calling the project to be stopped. In the United Kingdom, the government is likely to avoid a recession this year, according to an economic think tank that predicted last evening. The National Institute of Economic and Social Research said the economy will grow marginally despite high prices hitting household budgets. It warned while the UK may not fall into recession, it will feel like one for at least 7 million households. The forecast comes ahead of official figures showing how well the economy is doing, which are due on Friday. A recession is defined as when the economy shrinks for 2 consecutive 3-month periods and this means it's performing badly, and companies typically make less money and cut jobs, leaving the government with less tax revenue. Let's look at today's forex rates, see how the dollar is performing against major world currencies at different forex bureaus here in Kampala. Stay with us. Still in our international business news, Microsoft has announced a new version of its search engine Bing, which incorporates the latest artificial intelligence. The overhaul deploys OpenAI's ChatGPT technology, which has taken over the world by storm since its launch last year. The move is by far the biggest threat Google has seen to its dominance in web search and marks the beginning of an AI arms race between the companies. The race starts today, according to Microsoft boss Satya Nadella. Developed by Microsoft-backed OpenAI, ChatGPT uses deep learning techniques to generate human-like responses to search requests. Zoom, the video conferencing company that became a household name when remote work spiked during the COVID-19 pandemic, is laying off 1,300 staff. The move affects about 15% of its workforce, which has seen user growth slow and profits fall recently. Boss Eric Yuan said he and other leaders would also take big pay cuts as the company focuses on making sure it can weather the slowdown. It is joining a large number of other tech firms making similar adjustments. Amazon and Salesforce are among the other heavyweights to have announced big job cuts, saying the boom in business they saw during the pandemic was ending. More than 300 tech firms have laid off nearly 100,000 workers globally since the start of the year, according to Layoffs FYI, which tracks such announcements. And finally, Microsoft is revamping its big search engine and Edge web browser with artificial intelligence, according to a statement released by the company yesterday in one of its biggest efforts yet to lead a new wave of technology and reshape how people gather information. Microsoft is taking its future on AI through billions of dollars of investment and is directly challenging Alphabet Incorporated Google. That could mean new competition for business customers using cloud and collaboration products, as well as a vigorous return to consumer markets where Google now leads. Working with the startup OpenAI, Microsoft is aiming to leapfrog its rival and potentially claim vast returns from tools that speed up all manner of content creation, automating tasks, if not jobs themselves. Some investors expect the technology to create new markets, even as the big tech companies compete for dominance. Shares of Microsoft rose 3.8% in the afternoon trading, and Alphabet gained 3.6%. The power of so-called generative AI, which can create virtually any text or image, dawned on the public last year with the release of ChatGPT, the chatbot sensation from OpenAI. Its human-like responses to any prompt have given people new ways to think about the possibilities of marketing, writing term papers, or disseminating news, or even how to query information online. The new Bing search engine is live in limited preview on desktop computers and will be available for mobile devices in coming weeks. Well, that brings us to the end of this afternoon's business news. I remind you that at 5:30 p.m. today, we'll be having our local news in Luganda with Isa Chigongo. Please stay tuned and get to know what Pastor Robert Kayanja is saying on the accusations by the National Drug Authority. God bless you. Enjoy your evening. The Big Tunes program is up next. And later on, I also invite you for our midweek service that starts at exactly 6 p.m. here at the Miracle Center Cathedral. Of late, we've been having great encounters with the Holy Spirit, and today is going to be on another level. Come and join us. Come for dream interpretation. Come for healing. Come for deliverance sessions and very many other encounters. Your life will not remain the same again. I remain Masiga Shegu Sembatia, together with the Livingstone Kawesi. Enjoy your evening.